Michael.
And I'm Naho.
And this is English
at
Home is fun. Fun! Hey, Naho.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Saturday morning in New York.
Yeah, it's Saturday night in Japan.
Excellent.
And Saturday is actually my most favorite day in the 7 days of the week.
Oh yeah, how come?
Well, you might think Sunday is also my favorite day, but, well, you know, I think Saturday is my number one.
Yeah.
Because, like, today I don't have school, and
Right.
tomorrow I don't have school, yay! And second, I guess it's Friday because, well, you do have school, but if I finish this, I have 2-day break, yay! And something like that.
So it goes Saturday's number one and Friday's number two?
Mm-hmm. And, like, Sunday's number three.
Sunday's number three. Gotcha. Somebody told me one time there's an old TV program called Sazai-san.
Oh.
Is that still broadcast on Sunday nights?
I'm not too sure, but I hear it a lot, so maybe.
All right. The reason I asked that is because a lot of people have told me that when they watch Sazai-san on Sunday night, it's kind of depressing. And not because Sazai-san is depressing, because it's kind of a cute little cartoon animation, but they say that watching Sazai-san means the weekend is over. But you don't experience that, right?
No,
You're not a Sazai-san watcher.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. Naho's in a different generation. That's right. Naho's in the modern world.
I don't know if my classmates watch, but anyway, there's a lot more fun things going on YouTube.
Like what, for example?
Like, for example, some interesting news that you didn't know.
Right.
Like, okay, there is some false information there. I mean, like, there's a lot of false information there.
Right.
So the best thing to know, if you search for interesting news on YouTube, just watch the title and think about it. If this actually happened, wouldn't it be on times? Yeah, that's the best decision.
Right.
And if you think that is a big thing and it's still not on times, then, well, it's a pretty rare chance that it's real.
Gotcha.
So
you
anyway.
like to watch interesting news on YouTube?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
A few other stuff I watch, like some brain tests or quizzes or stuff like that. But anyway.
Okay, gotcha.
So today we're just back on the New York stuff.
Oh, on the New York Trail.
Okay, so this is I don't know, but maybe this is going to be the last New York episode.
Okay.
And this is probably the best one.
All right. You guys look forward to that because here it comes. This is the best one.
This is about top 3 best places or experiences I had in New York. Top 3.
And if this is your first time to watch our video, Naho had lived in Japan her whole life. She never ever traveled abroad, even though she speaks English so awesomely. But last summer, the summer of 2018, Naho came to New York to hang out here for a week.
Yeah.
Right?
I had my first flight.
That's right. Because in case you're wondering, why are these guys always talking about New York? That's why. That's why.
Yeah.
All right. So your best 3 experiences.
Yeah.
All right. What's number 3?
So, number 3.
Number 3.
The new Why?
Why?
I'm sorry.
Is that, did you get a new mouth?
No.
You have to break it in?
No. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Number 3.
Number 3.
New York Broadway musical.
Oh.
I went on only one musical, but it was just enough.
Oh, cool. Which one did you see?
I watched the Aladdin.
Oh, I've heard that's good.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was brilliant.
Really?
I heard that it was a award-winning musical, wasn't it?
I'm sure. Yeah. Actually, and this may surprise you, and this may surprise the viewers, even though I'm a New Yorker, I was born and raised in New York, musicals are not my cup of tea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like what part?
Sorry?
Like what? Like...
Because the singing style, it's just not my thing.
Oh.
You know, like I like to watch a play. I like when the actors are on the stage and they're live and they're making the scene. But then suddenly they break into a song. I will love you forever. Like something like that. And that style of singing is just, it's just not for me. I know that musicals are great and everybody loves them. And when you come to New York, definitely go to Broadway because that's a New York thing. But if you do go to a musical in New York, don't look around the theater for Michael and go, oh, I wonder if Michael's here today. The answer would be no.
Well, the surprising thing about it was, like, do you know the floating carpet in Aladdin?
Right, the magic carpet ride.
Yeah, it was actually floating.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did they sing that song on the carpet?
Oh, yeah, they did.
Wow, that's cool.
And to be honest,
Uh-huh.
the story in the musical was rather different than it was in the movie or the book or anything.
Oh, really?
I mean, no, the storyline is exactly the same, but so technically there is this part where Aladdin takes the princess a ride and go around. In the movie or books, it's like they just travel through the skies, right?
Right.
For some reason, in the musical, in the background, there is a nice moon, nice full moon,
right?
Nice background with a lot of stars. For some reason, when it comes to a period of time, the moon suddenly transforms into Earth, and Aladdin and the princess goes to space on a period of time.
That sounds more like E.T. than Aladdin.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I wonder how they were even breathing.
Well, it's a magic carpet ride.
Oh.
Wow. Up in space on a carpet. That's a whole new world.
That's a whole new world. But if it was like outer space, flying carpet is nothing magical. Because
that's
there is
true.
no gravity out there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. They would fly and they would separate from the carpet. It would float away. Wait.
I guess Aladdin and the princess had very strong grip.
I guess.
They had. The thing that I really liked about the musical was that there was actually an orchestra beneath the stage.
Cool.
The characters are just going around. Beneath the stage, there's a humongous orchestra playing.
Right. I always wonder, I think the conductor is kind of outside the stage.
Yeah.
Looking at the stage. So the conductor has to, be like looking up here at the actors and then looking at the musicians and looking at the actors and the musicians. He must have a really sore neck at the end of the performance.
Yeah, he might have.
Yeah. Professor Soreneck. Yes. And leading the orchestra today is Dr. Sornek.
Just Sornek.
Dr. Sornek.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on, number 2.
Number 2.
The Staten Island Ferry.
The Staten Island Ferry? Did you say the Staten Island Ferry? Like the Tooth Fairy?
Ferry.
Oh, the ferry. Sorry. I thought there was a ferry in Staten Island.
No, there isn't any ferry in
Oh, okay. Because that would be a great musical, don't you think? The Staten Island Ferry, granting wishes to everybody who takes a ship to her.
So the Staten Island Ferry just goes directly to from the Staten Island dock to the New York dock.
Right.
New York Manhattan dock. And back again.
Right.
And back again. And it just goes on. But on the way, it just goes right past the Liberty Island, which, if you guys didn't know, which is where the Statue of Liberty stands.
Right.
And just the ferry, it's free.
It's free.
The thing that it really surprised me was not exactly the Staten Island ferry itself. Last episode I told you the adults were running.
Right.
If you guys haven't checked the previous episode, that is just pause this video right now, pause this podcast right now, and check that out. But if you guys knew, I hope you guys know that the adults were technically running around like kindergarteners to get to the other ferry.
Right, because one ferry arrives, everyone gets off, and there's already a ferry there. So everyone gets off, and 15 seconds later, the next ferry goes. Or 30 seconds later, the next ferry goes.
30 seconds.
So you gotta, if your purpose of the Staten Island ferry is just the Statue of Liberty, once that ferry hits the dock, you gotta boogie really quickly in 15 seconds to get over to the other ferry, because in 30 seconds it's gonna leave.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody was basically running like kindergarteners.
Right.
Even my parents were running around like kindergarteners in a sweet shop.
You too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Gotcha.
My parents and all the other people.
Gotcha.
The thing that I want to talk about today is how great the view of Statue of Liberty is from that ferry.
Right.
That ferry, it's basically free, so I thought that it was going to be pretty rough. Pretty like gong 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 gong. I thought it was going to be like that, but it turns out it was pretty. It was like it was on a rail or something.
So it was very smooth.
Yeah, it was very smooth.
Wow.
I usually get seasick, but I didn't at all.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. It was very, very nice. Okay, so moving on to number one.
Number one, Ichi.
It is...
No. Sorry, Ichi. My head is itchy.
Okay. It is Rockefeller Center.
Rockefeller Center.
Rockefeller Center is a pretty modern building.
It's an Art Deco building built in the 1930s. Yeah.
So like watching the Manhattan view, it's like the most traditional place is like the Empire State Building.
Right.
But technically, Empire State Building is like in the middle of Manhattan.
Right.
And there is like this balcony surrounding the building, and you see the view from there, right?
Right. That's right.
Yeah, that's the only way to view for right.
Right.
So it's like if it was like you're like on the top, like there are tall buildings, 360 degrees. That's great, but there is the building itself. Since there is the building itself in the middle, it might really not be 360 degrees.
Right.
And Rockefeller Center, at one side, you can see the whole Central Park.
Right.
When you go to the other side of the building, you can see a massive view of great big buildings.
Right. And you can see the Empire State Building from the top of Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the Empire State Building had this massive like moving illumination at the top, right?
Right.
And
yeah, it's like the top 25% of the building is lit up that way.
So like if you're on the Rockefeller Center, you can see that massive illumination. But if you're actually on top of the Empire State Building, you can't exactly see the illumination, you know?
Yeah, I haven't been up there in a long time. I don't think you can see it at all. Because it's behind you. And you're on a balcony. It's a balcony. So there's the wall of the building behind you. You'd have to kind of look up, but you still probably couldn't get a good view of it as you could from Rockefeller Center. So
yeah, maybe Rockefeller Center is the best part, the best building to go viewing, I guess.
Yeah, I love that building. I always recommend people, when you come to New York, if you want to really get a great view, look at the Empire State Building and see the Empire State Building. Yeah. The top of the rock, it's called. Perfect.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
This is one of my memories. After 6 p.m., the price gets higher. Because, nighttime illumination is way better than the noon.
Right.
So guess what time my mom made a reservation at?
Well, if I know your mother, she probably made a reservation for 5:59 p.m.
Yes. She did at 5, not exactly 9, but 55. which
Right.
is not much of a difference, I
Right.
guess.
So she got the last ticket for the daytime viewing.
Yeah.
Perfect. She's a
Mhm.
smart cookie, that mother of yours.
Yeah. And then the best thing was the sunset. Oh, it
Gorgeous.
was massive.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
There was this little gap on the walls, like,
Right.
and we technically sat there,
Cool.
and then we waited like an hour and a half. We just waited there, wearing windbreakers and sweaters, an entire hour and a half.
Waiting for the sunset.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, waiting for the nighttime.
Oh, I see.
So technically, we had a great, massive view of the orange and pink sunset.
Awesome.
It was just massive. Yeah, it was
Cool.
just massive.
Wow. Nice.
If you want to wait there, you can't stay for an hour and a half standing. So if you go to top of the rock, be sure to snatch a seat and stay there.
Yeah, exactly.
I just fell asleep on the seat.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if you were, like, I am packed, other people are also sitting.
Mm-hmm.
So, technically, there are two people. Like, you can't move at all.
Because it was
And you're
crowded.
like, And then, if you were like this for half an hour, wouldn't you fall asleep? Yeah.
Sorry, I almost fell asleep here.
Yeah.
Don't sleep during the video, Michael.
So it's kind of like that, and I
Yeah.
just fell asleep, and when I woke up, lucky me, it was in the middle of the sunset.
Nice.
Yeah. And after
Awesome.
that, I very, very enjoyed the night view.
Cool. Very, very cool.
I heard that if the weather is very, very clear,
Mhm.
you can manage to see the Statue of Liberty.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. On a clear day, you can see the Statue of Liberty. Of course, it's about 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters high.
Oh.
It's really, really tiny, but it's out there. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't see that. But
Yeah,
I
I
guess
mean, it's gotta
still
be-
very, very nice.
The weather has to be very, very clear, like in the fall, because the summer is too humid, so you can't see it. I mean, it depends. It depends on the weather, really. But if the sky is clear and it's not humid, if it's a dry day, you can see it.
The funniest thing about it was, the funniest thing about it was, actually, there was a shadow of I think so. Well, I could only see the shadow, I couldn't see it itself, but there was a star-shaped balloon
Mhm.
floating up in the air.
Really?
Probably somebody some kid let go accidentally.
Oh,
It was just like flying there.
wow. Interesting.
It was like it didn't go any further. That was the weird part of it. It just
Wow.
didn't go any further. It just stayed there. It was just flying around above our heads the entire time I was there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very, very funny.
Cool. Very cool.
Oh,
Oh,
do we have more time?
I think we're out of time.
Oh, so yeah, time flies by when you're having fun.
Oh my
Had a
God,
very,
time.
very fun time talking about this podcast episode. Thank you, Michael, for chatting.
Hey, Naho, thank you for chatting, and thanks to everyone for watching.
Yeah, and thanks to the viewers and the listeners.
That's right. And if you like our YouTube channel, please subscribe. And if you don't like our YouTube channel, please tell people that you don't like to watch it. All right. I'm Michael,
And I'm Naho.
and this program is called English at Home
Home
is
is
Fun.
fun.
Bye, guys.